Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an organizer and may now speak to any other organizers or panelists on the line. When you are ready to begin the presentation, press the Start Broadcast button on the GoToWebinar control panel to allow all attendees to hear you. This system will notify you once you begin your broadcast. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry for delay to start the session. So we're going to start the transformation in BODS. So in the previous session, we were looking at how to create a replication job. So today we'll see how we can create data flow. So just to recap on the replication job, in the previous session we created a project. Project is used to group ETL flow, data stores. Data stores are connections for source and target. We import the tables to repository. Once we import the tables to repository, the copy of metadata is available in the repository. The copy of metadata is available in the repository. From repository, we copy the metadata by using a template table. Template tables are the tables which are runtime tables. Once I execute a join, once we execute the job, once we execute the job, the job will transfer data from source and the content will be transferred from source and the container from repository. And finally, we can view these tables in HANA. First, the data goes to Delta, and subsequently, by using auto merge, the data is moved to Delta to main. So now we are going to start the transformations in BODS. So I'll go to the remote desktop. So click on connect. Username is HANA user1. Let's give the password. Click OK. So is everyone able to hear me? I got a message saying that not able to hear me. Is everyone able to hear me? Hello, Mr. Rajesh, are you able to hear me? Okay. Please check your internet connection. Okay, so we'll click on Start, click All Program, click on Data Services 4.2, click on Data Services Workbench, click on Data Services Workbench. The user ID is best. Let's give the password and click Log On. So we'll go to the package. We'll expand the data store. So at the data store, on the other day we imported these tables. So I'm right-clicking on the project. I'll right-click on project, click New, click on the data flow. So let's click on data flow. So let's provide the name. So what is the data flow? So in the data flow, we can define the ETL process. So we can define the ETL process. So I'll give the name and description and click finish. So I'm sorry, I think I have created replication job. Oh no, okay. So this is the data flow. We see dot rep is for replication job and dot data flow is for data flow. So we are in the data flow editor. In the data flow editor, we can see readers, loaders, platform, and data integrator. So these are the different transforms we have. So first we are going to use case transform. So what is a case transform? Use case transform to route rows to multiple target based on the case expression. So from a single table, we can route rows to multiple target tables based on a case expression. For example, let me try to explain. For example, let's take we have data from C1 IDA table. where you have data for different company codes. Based on a company code, I would like to distribute data to multiple target systems. So one table should go to MS SQL, another table should go to HANA. I would like to distribute. So this table should hold data for the company code 1000. This table should hold data for company code 2000 and 3000. So based on a condition, I would like to distribute data to multiple target tables. So here you can use, in between you can use case transform. We can use case transform to perform this. So let us create this example. Let us create this example. I'll double click on the ECC table, ECC data store. I'll double click on ECC data store, click on tables, click on the plus icon and provide the table name CE1 CE1 IDA and click finish. Once you click finish, click save. So here we find the table CE1 IDA. Click on the data flow. Select CE1 IDA table and drag and drop this table in the work area. I'm just dragging and dropping this table into the work area, or you can use table readers. You can just drag and drop the table reader. We can read table. So just you can drag and drop and select the data store. What data store you want to read? ECC. Double click. Inside ECC, which table you want to read? Click on show list of values. Select C1 IDA table. Click OK and click OK. So you have the C1 IDA table. So now from this table, from C1 IDA table, you can select case transform, drag and drop this case transform into the data flow editor. So between this table and the case transform, I'll insert a query transform. So what is the query transform? So let us see what is query transform. Use a query transform to join and filter data from multiple sources. Map, transform data from source to target columns. So in a query transform, you can join tables, you can do field selection for output, you can filter data. All this can be done in query transform. So what I'm trying to do here is, because this table is a very large table, I only want 5 to 6 columns from table. So in a query transform, I can select the columns required for output. So I'll link table to query. I'll link table to query. Link on the query transform. link on the query transform. So once we link on the query transform, here you can give KNDNR, customer ID, right click, add field in query, ARTNR, right click, add field in query, BUKRS, right click, add field in query, VV010, right click. So I'm just selecting all the required columns. Right click, add field in query. So in here I selected all the columns that I require. So this is the input schema and this one is the output schema. So from query transform, I link this query to case transform. So once we select the case transform, please see here you have the output of the query is the following columns. So here the output of query here, so this is the table is the input for query. So here you have a lot of columns here. So I selected few columns to the output schema. And these are available as an input schema for case. Now we are in case transform. So in a case transform, what I can do is, first we will analyze what are the different company codes that are coming from source. So I'll just right click on the table, view data. This is known as basic profiling. To profile data, what kind of data is coming from source system? Just want to click view. So once we click view, click on distinct values. Let's find for BUKRS. Click on this. Once you find for BUKRS, so here you can see for different customers, like for 1000, 3000, 2400. So these are different company codes. I have for 1000, 3000, 2400, 2500. So I'll click close. I'll click on case statement. So in here I'm going to write a case expression. So I'll click new. So what company codes we have? We have 1000. We have company code 1000. Click new again. Company code 3000. Company code 2500. and company code and company code 2400. So these are different company codes I have. So I'll click on each of this case label, select company code, drag and drop into filters expressions, where BUKRS is equal to 1000. I'll click on 3000. BUKRS is equal to 3000. 2005. So I'm creating case statements. 2500. BUKRS 2400. So 1000, 3000, 2500 and 2400. So once you have given this, what company codes we require, then here I'm going to create a template table. So here we find an option called template table. Hello, is everyone able to hear me? Hello. Is there any disturbance coming? Okay. I think Purnima, please check from your side. Okay. So in here, the company code 1000, 3000, 2500 and 2400. So once we are done with this, now here we see there's a template table. Now what is the template table? Let us see this. Use template. What is the template table? Use template table. Use template table loader to automatically create and load to a table. Use a template table loader to automatically create. So what we have to do? The template table loader to automatically create and load to a table. So a template table is a table that is created in runtime. So I'll click on the template table and I'll drag and drop into the work area. So what data store you want to create this table? I want to create this table in HANA. So which schema you want to replicate this table? I want to replicate the schema to best. What is the table name? I'll give it as JED. JED company code 1000. So this is one table. So drag and drop. Click on data store. HANA again. Table owner best. Table name JED. Company code 2000. Click OK. It's not 2000, it's 3000. 3000. So I just change 3000. Then I'll click on template table again. Click data store, HANA, table owner. I'm just repeating it again. And the table name, sorry, it is best. table name, company code, $2,400. Click OK. And one more table. So I'm going to create one more table. Click on data store. But here I don't want to use HANA. I would like to use MS SQL. So here I only have HANA data store. I also want to connect to non-SAP system. Cancel and cancel. I'll right click on the project, new, click data store, provide the data store, Z MS SQL, click next, database type database type MS SQL, database server name. The server name of the database is GNS. Just to confirm, let us click Start, All Program, Microsoft SQL Server, and click on SQL Server Management Studio. The server name is GNS. So give the database name. Database name is best. Username is best. The password is W capital welcome 1234. So 123. And click test connection. So once we click, this login failed. So let us just log into server. It's able to log in over here. Should be able to log in also here. Let me check again. So we have given the username. So this is case sensitive. Yes, we need to make the right case because the database, I think here it is best in caps. So we need to take in caps. So once we test connection succeeded, click close and click finish and click save. So what I'm going to do now, I want to create another table in MS SQL database. So I'll select template table, drag and drop. I'll click on data store. I'll select MS SQL. Target owner, DBO. So DBO is a default owner. And table name, jet company code. Jet company code 2500. And click OK. So now I have 4 tables. Each of these tables will have company code related data. I'm creating one last table, which is a template table, data store, HANA, table owner, HANA user, table owner DBO. So all the rest of the data where the condition doesn't apply will go to one single table. So I have only 4 company codes. Each company code will go to one table. Rest of the company codes will go to a single table for the condition which doesn't apply. So I'll name this as company code underscore all and click OK. So now I link all these tables to case transform. So link case to company code 1000. So this is 1000. Link case to link case to 2000. Link case to 2400. Case to 2500. And then the last one is the default, for which the condition doesn't satisfy. If the condition doesn't satisfy, it will go to the last table. So this is the base table, query transform. Base table, query transform, the case transform. So these 3 tables are going to HANA and these 2 tables are going to MS SQL. I'll click validate. Validation successful. Click close and click execute. And click yes. And finally click finish. So it's throwing an error. So it says, so it is in caps letter. Somewhere I have given a caps letter. I think, let me take a small case. Here I've taken caps. Just take small case. So these databases are case sensitive. So click execute again. Click yes. And click finish. Again there is an error. So for HANA, so we have taken HANA, but we have given the table owner as DBO. So the all data I would like to go for MS SQL. So we'll select MS SQL, click OK. So here we have taken the database wrong. I'll save, execute. So let's try this time. So the job is running. So job is successful. Click on view trace log. Is completed successfully. The job is executed successfully. So we'll click on start all program. Click on SAP HANA, HANA Studio. So let us go and check these tables. Let us just check these tables. So let us expand catalog. Go to the best schema. Let us go to tables. Right click on the tables. Let us find for these tables now. The tables that are created in HANA. So I'll go to each of this table. So go to the data flow. I'll select this table. Copy the table name. Click whole word. Click OK. So now we see the table here. Right click on the table. Open data preview. So now we see data for only company code 1000. Click on distinct values. Click on BUKRS. Please see. We can only see for 1000 company code. Let us check the other tables also. Let us right click on table. Filters. Let us copy the table name. Click OK. Right click on the table. Open data preview. Click on distinct values. Click BUKRS. You see we can only see for 3000. So in the same way, I'll go to MS SQL DB. I'll expand the best database. I'll expand tables. So under these tables, we'll see for company code 2005. Now this is at the MS SQL. So I'll go to MS SQL. Right click on the company code 2500 and select top 1000 rows. So now we see only 2500. You see company code only 2500. And the last table, that company code underscore all. Company code underscore all has all the other company codes. It has all the other company codes. Company codes. If you right click on the get company code underscore all, right click and select top 1000 rows. So you see, you can see 2000, 2200, 6000, SL01, 005. So all the other company codes are stored in this table. So what is a case transform? A case transform, so using a case transform, we're trying to route rows from single table to multiple tables. What is a template table? Template table is a table that is automatically created based on the source table. What is a query transform? Query transform is used to join, filter data from multiple sources, map and transform data from source to target. So in the query, in the query transform, we're trying to select required columns. In the case, we have given the case labels. We have created two data stores, and all these are template tables. So template tables, whenever you execute a job, the table is dropped and recreated and reloads the data again. So that is for today's session. If you have any questions on the case transform, please ask me. So tomorrow we'll see the rest of the transforms. We'll start with merge, basic cleanse, how to cleanse data, how we can merge data, SQL transform. So any questions from case transform? So I'll show you how to schedule these jobs. So we'll see in the, so everyone able to hear me? Hello? Hello, is everyone able to hear me? Hello? Hello? So here we have a question. Is there any naming convention for case transform? No, we can take any naming convention. There's no naming convention. We can take any naming convention. Yes, we will see the other transforms as well. So we'll be seeing other transforms in tomorrow's session. So today we see only few transforms. Tomorrow we can see. So the performance of BODs is very good because it is directly writing data in memory. So again, the column tables are optimized to write data because of the delta storage. And most of the BODS execution, when you have the repository in HANA, it does in-memory execution. Yes, we will see. We'll see the migration. So we can migrate data from on-premise to cloud using SLT. So we'll see how we can migrate data using SLT also. So once we complete BODS, then we'll quickly go to migration. I think today, I think connection is not good. So we'll see. I'll just try to use a different connection. Hello? Hello? Is it okay now? Hello? I'm just using the backup connection. So I have two connections. I'm just trying to use the backup connection. So please let me know whenever you have connection issue so that I can switch the connection. So I have two different vendors providing me the internet. So what is the so next question here is what is the difference between BODS and SLT? So BODS you can transform, you can do data cleansing, you can apply complex transformations. But SLT's main use case to transfer data in real time. So once we basically in another 3 days we are going to complete by end of this week. 3 days we are going to complete by end of this week. By end of this week we'll complete. From next week, from Monday, we'll start SLT. So I'll stop the session today, and we'll continue tomorrow. So we'll continue the session tomorrow. There is some network issue, so we'll complete the session and we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. But in the recordings, you'll get very clearly. So the final we're not able to hear. Please check the recordings. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good morning and good night, everyone. Thank you.